The Midrash says that when Moshé Rabenu went up to heaven in order to receive the Torah, the angels wanted to lynch Moshe. They didn't want to release the Torah to Moshe and he should give it to the people. All of a sudden, the face of Moshé Rabenu transformed and looked like the face of Abraham Avinu. God Almighty turns to the angels and says, have you no shame? Weren't you the guest that Abraham Avinu waited on and you're not embarrassed of this? At that point it says the angels acquiesced and they agreed, we will release the Torah to Moshe and the Jewish people. This Midrash is very mysterious and enigmatic. I came to reveal tonight, Be'ezrat Hashem, a great secret that was said by one of the great Zadikim, the Rab that's called Kerem Shalomo. He says there are two types of Zadikim in the world, two types of righteous people. One is called Sadiq Nistar. He's a hidden Sadiq. But it's not the hidden Sadiq that you're thinking of. This hidden Sadiq we know about. The problem is he's Nistar, which means he doesn't go out to the people. He doesn't share his Torah with others. Then there's another type of Sadiq that's called Sadiq Nigleh. That's the Sadiq that is revealed, which means he learns, he studies, and then he has the strength to close the book and go out and influence others and elevate others. Asks the Kerem Shalomo, both are great. Who's better? The Pasuk says on Noah is Sadiq Tamim. A Tamim is someone that shares his religion. Because if you learn a lot for yourself but you don't share it, there's a deficiency in Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael is lacking. When Noah was building the Teva, there was many Risha'im. And he went out and tried to mikarev them, and he tried to bring them back. But you know what happened, he says? It was too difficult. So he gave up his tamim. Later on, before God tells Noah to go on the teva, God says to him, Noah, go on the teva, because I see you're a tzaddik in front of me in this generation. By the time he went on the teva, he wasn't a tamim anymore. Noah went back to worrying about himself. And our generation is not far, where the morals and the values of society are declining every day. The challenges that we have for ourselves and our children are overwhelming. In this generation, we cannot afford to have our rabbis and our religious people to remain tzaddikim. Everybody must become a tamim. The religion must be shared with others. Judaism only has a future because we have timimim. Rambam says, why did God choose Abraham? Was he the only religious man of his time? Rambam says not so. You had Shem. As a matter of fact, Shem was a Rosh Hashiva. But if you wanted to get influenced by Shem, you had to go to him. Whereas Abraham, he went to the people. And that's who God prefers. Moshé Rabenu goes up to get the Torah. The angels tell God, human beings will not be able to reach the levels that an angel can. God says, look at the face of Moshe. And all of a sudden it turns into Abraham Avinu. You think I'm interested in the spiritual attainment of the individual? I'm interested in the one that sacrifices his level for the other. Don't you remember when you visited this man Abraham? What was he doing? He was talking to God. That is the highest level a human being could reach. Abraham Avinu was in spiritual ecstasy. And then he sees from the corner of his eye 3 strangers. If I was Abraham, I would have put a sign up, closed for today. Instead, he told God, this meeting is closed. I must go attend to the guests. God said, look at Abraham. He left his spiritual level for the people. That's the Sadiq that I'm interested in. And Moshé Rabenu did the same thing. The Pasuk says as follows. Moshé Rabenu went down from the mountain to the people. Rashi comes along and says, he did not go to his business. He went straight from the mountain to the people. What in the world was Moshé Rabenu's business? Moshé Rabenu just came from heaven. He just received the Torah on the highest level. If I was Moshe, I would go back to my tent and start to ponder. I would start to delve. Asakav means his personal elevation, his personal spiritual business. Rashi says Moshe left his business and he went straight to the people. That's a leader that God's looking for. Moshe and Abraham have something in common. Our calling and our deserving of the Torah is because we committed not to be selfish, but in order to teach it, share the wealth, spread it, everybody on their capacity. There's no room in this generation for a selfish Torah, for a private Torah. All of us must leave the position of Sadiq Nistar and become Sadiqim Niglim. Then, Be'ezrat Hashem, will be fulfilled לאנס ואתם הדבקים באדוני אלוהיכם חיים כולכם היום אמן ואמן.